What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So after grinding this game out for a long time and finally completing the story, it's time to give my review, my brutally honest opinion on this game. And don't worry, there won't be any spoilers. You're just seeing some good old free roam gameplay in the background of doing a mission with Captain America as well. And I did have a full video on that earlier today, so check that out after if you haven't already. But if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that big red subscribe button below and drop a like, because that is just a really cool thing to do. And I mean, there's a ton of stuff coming for this game that is just really exciting. So I also want you to quickly rate this game if you have played it so far on a scale 1 to 10 in the comments below as well. But diving into my brutally honest opinion on how I actually feel about the game. Now, this isn't going to be biased, not one bit. This is just completely saying how I feel. So firstly, I want to say that Captain America and Thor alongside Iron Man are just incredible. The gameplay really does make you feel like you are just crushing every single enemy, which is a ton of fun. Now, don't get me wrong, the other guys are super cool as well. Black Widow, Miss Marvel, and of course Hulk. I mean, it's all fun. It is all fun, but these guys, the top three for me, without a single doubt. Now, if I have to be honest with the campaign as a whole, it actually wasn't what I was expecting. Now, the funny thing here is, I don't know what I was expecting, but it definitely wasn't this. And this was way more better than I thought it would be. Now, the story, first of all, really pulls you in, and I spoke to so many people on this and they've all agreed that the story for the game is just absolutely incredible. And I'm usually the type of guy that skips cutscenes whenever given the opportunity, but I have to say that this story made me not want to skip any cutscene, which is crazy. I mean, there were like certain ones you skip, but you know what I mean. Like, I did stick around for the majority of them, and the only game to have ever not made me skip any cutscenes would have probably been like GTA 5, and that was way back in 2013. And again, that was a game that was big in its time and so forth. So again, right, there's a solid reason for you to play the story of that game, but it's safe to say it's been a while since, you know, I haven't skipped a cutscene. So as far as I'm making this video, as of right now, of course, I'm still learning so much more things that you can actually do in the game. There are so many hidden little features that when you find, you're just like, wow. And most of them are just the character sort of behaviors. Like, I know there was a really cool one that apparently if you walk past a certain tree in this game as Kamala Khan and you don't run past it or anything, she'll just randomly slap the tree, which is a small little feature, but it's just cool, right? So my conclusion for the story is that it was super engaging and they nailed every angle that they possibly could have. I wouldn't really even know where to say, you know, where's room for improvement? I don't know, because I just don't know what the improvement would be. It was incredible. Now, moving on to the things that I didn't like so much, and this is more pointing towards the gameplay side of things, funny enough. So, firstly, I have to say, and I know some people will agree with me and some will probably disagree here, but I think the game desperately needs a new patch of some kind, as there are just way too many bugs. Now, I'm playing the game on PlayStation 4, and overall for us console guys, it's not so bad, right? Because, you know, you've got a PlayStation, it's kind of built for these games, of course, but I think for the PC users, this was just probably extremely unbearable. Now, again, I'm playing on a PlayStation 4, but I noticed that when there are too many enemies at once, right, it doesn't matter the map or anything like that, but once there's a lot of enemies and you're playing as either Thor or Captain America, these were the two characters that I noticed it the most with, the frame rates drop like crazy, and I'm talking really bad. Now, I'm not going to show it because of, you know, spoilers and all, but in the final mission in the game, I think everyone's realized that the frames drop like crazy, and if I have to be honest, it was super disappointing. I just think for a AAA game, and of course with such a big titled game, this needs to be updated ASAP, like within the next week more or less. And that's just because of course on the main launch, but I don't know, because don't forget, I'm technically playing it early with the whole, you know, pre-order. In fact, Square Enix, so thank you to Square Enix, they gave me a code to play early, but most people that are playing right now are simply playing because they pre-ordered the game. But we did also download the day one patch as well, so I don't know if there is going to be another patch, of course, when the game comes out officially worldwide, which is literally in 2 days, but I hope there is. And don't take this as any hate towards the game, because like I said, I really think it's super fun, but I mean, this has just got to be said because this is completely unavoidable. And if you didn't see my video earlier today, we also came across some funny Captain America face bugs, which again some can argue is a huge problem too in terms of like textures for certain characters, more so again pointing towards Captain America for the game, but I found it to be pretty funny. So I'm not gonna lie, you know, I'm not really too bothered with that and all, because it just creates these funny moments. But I mean, yeah, in the long sort of hypothetically speaking and so forth situation, it probably needs to be updated relatively soon. Now, going back to the pros of the gameplay, alright, when you hop into the map, well, most importantly, if you hop into a map that's in daytime as well, things just feel different, and exploring is a ton of fun. Like, the upgrades to the characters are just insane. In order to upgrade every character, I think you're going to really need to grind this out big time, which is going to be a ton of fun, but we're talking big hours, alright, because this is not going to be easy at all. And personally, I'm waiting for the weekend events to begin too, just to see how that's going to go down, and that should be fun as well. Now, it hit me that it literally felt, after I finished the game, you know, usually you feel, alright, there's not going to be a lot to do and so forth, but for me, it actually felt like the game just reset, like all of my saves just completely deleted, because the amount of content you get after you finish the game is incredible, and I'm still working on getting through as many of them as I can. I haven't even attempted to really play multiplayer yet, but a quick thing with that, I noticed, now I don't know if it's just with me on my console, but I've asked a few people, not everyone has the same problem, but on the PlayStation 4, when you do try and go into, you know, the whole Avengers Online and so forth, the initiative, it does for some weird reason take like 5 minutes for me to load up. I don't know why, I have absolutely no clue, but I'm playing on the PlayStation 4, so again, just addressing the issue for the devs to of course go ahead and update, because they want all this feedback, right? It's super important that they do get this feedback rather than just keep the game in the state, you know, with the current bugs and the delayed loading times and so forth. But overall conclusion, was it worth the wait? Absolutely. It hands down is way better than I thought it was going to be, and again, I already thought this was going to be great, but it just really throws you off. But guys, leave your thoughts on this in the comments below. How do you feel about the game if you've played it, or from what you've seen so far, is it worth the wait for you? And can you actually see yourself playing the game for a long time, as in more or less like once or twice a week being the absolute minimum if you go to school or if you go to work? Can you see yourself putting hours into this game? Let me know in the comments below, but that's going to wrap up this video here. As always, subscribe for more awesome content if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Till then, have yourselves a ridiculously amazing day, and adios amigos.